Okay, so get this. Emad Mostaque,
Mm-hmm.
the AI mastermind behind Shelling Point,
Right?
says money as we know it is over.
Wow.
Yep, you heard that right.
Yeah.
Buckle up, because in this deep dive, we're tackling his wild predictions about AI, robots, and a future that, honestly, sounds more sci-fi than reality.
And before you think,
Really?
yeah, future stuff,
Okay.
Mostaque argues it's already happening.
Mm-hmm.
He compares today's AI to Stone Age tools.
Stone Age tools. Okay, I was dragging my feet a bit on that analogy at first.
Right.
But then I started thinking about it.
Yeah.
From handcrafted tools to the wheel,
Right.
that was a seismic shift.
Mm-hmm.
Are we really at that kind of turning point with AI right now?
That's exactly his point, yeah.
Okay.
We're not talking about incremental upgrades here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a total transformation of what's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest game changers is the rise of what he calls AI agents.
Okay.
He throws out this number, get ready,
Okay.
100 billion
100 billion.
of these agents in the near future.
That's, I mean, what does that even look like?
Right.
Are we talking robot uprisings?
Not quite.
Okay.
Think of it more like 100 billion digital interns,
Okay.
all eager to learn and follow your instructions.
Mm-hmm.
They're not super intelligent yet,
Okay.
but they're capable of incredible things.
Okay, so they're fetching coffee and making copies digitally.
Right.
Give me an example of what these AI interns could actually do.
Imagine this.
Okay.
You upload your entire bookshelf to Google's Gemini AI.
Mm-hmm.
Every book, every note you've ever scribbled, even voice recordings.
Wow.
Gemini can analyze it all.
Okay.
Your writing style, your speaking patterns, even your levels of stress and fatigue.
Whoa, rewind that.
Yeah.
So you're saying this AI could tell if I'm trying to BS my way through a presentation because my voice gets all...
Exactly.
Wow.
It can see the patterns and connections that we as humans might miss.
Right.
Like having a superpowered research assistant who knows you better than you know yourself.
Okay, that's both amazing and slightly terrifying.
Right.
But how do these digital interns translate to the real world?
Yeah.
Mostaque also talks about humanoid robots, right?
He does. And that's where the Stone Age tools analogy really hits home.
Okay.
Imagine millions, then billions
Right.
of these robots powered by increasingly advanced AI.
Hmm.
And here's the kicker.
Okay.
Elon Musk predicts these robots could cost as little as $20,000 each,
Okay.
with the potential to rent them out for, say, $100 per month.
$100 a month for a robot assistant. Sign me up.
Right.
But seriously, that's accessible.
It is.
That's game-changing.
Yeah.
What does that kind of access mean for everyday life?
It flips the script on everything.
Okay.
We're talking a world where humanoid robots are as common as smartphones.
Okay. Now my brain is officially in the twilight zone.
Right.
Robots making our coffee, walking our dogs.
Yeah.
What happens to jobs in a world like that?
Mostaque calls it the real existential threat,
Okay.
but not in the way you might think.
Okay.
He's not worried about robots turning on us.
Okay.
He's worried about what he calls a bad firmware update.
Okay.
Remember when that software update bricked your phone a while back?
Don't remind me.
Uh-oh.
It took weeks to get everything back in order. But come on, how bad could a firmware update really be?
Imagine this.
Okay.
Billions of robots integrated into every part of our lives,
Okay.
from manufacturing to healthcare.
Right.
Now imagine a single bug, a tiny glitch in their programming,
Okay.
spreading like wildfire.
Okay, now I'm starting to see where he's coming from.
Right.
It's not just a crashed computer, it's potential chaos on a global scale.
Exactly.
We're talking about putting a lot of trust in those lines of code.
A lot of trust.
And that trust, that reliance on AI, is only going to grow.
It is.
Which brings us to the future of work.
Yes.
Because if AI can do practically anything, what's left for humans?
Right.
Exactly. Are we all just out of jobs? Is everyone going to become a full-time TikTok influencer?
Mostaque says we shouldn't fear AI taking our jobs,
Okay.
but rather
Yeah.
we should fear being left behind by those who master AI collaboration.
Okay.
He calls them centaurs.
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 Oh, yeah.
Like the mythical creatures.
Right.
Half human, half horse.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with AI?
Think of it as a fusion of your unique human skills.
Yeah.
Creativity, empathy, strategy,
Okay.
with the raw power of AI.
Mm-hmm.
You're not replaced, you're enhanced.
Okay.
You bring the human ingenuity, the AI handles the rest.
So it's less about man versus machine and more about man with machine.
Exactly.
We become this powerful hybrid.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
But if everyone has access to this AI power,
Right.
What makes me, little old me, uniquely valuable?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And Mostaque says it comes down to the things AI can't replicate.
Okay.
Creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, the ability to connect with other humans on a deeper level.
Yeah.
These skills, often labeled as soft skills.
Right. Become the most important assets in a centaur world.
So all those skills that guidance counselors told us weren't real jobs are suddenly in high demand.
Right.
That's kind of poetic.
Yeah.
But it also makes me wonder about the people who might not have those skills
Right.
or the resources to develop them.
Yeah.
How do we make sure everyone benefits from this AI revolution?
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
And it ties back to Mostaque's boldest claim of all.
Okay.
That money, as we know it,
Yeah.
might become obsolete.
Okay, now you're just messing with me, Ro.
Maybe.
No more money.
Right.
What are we going to use? Seashells and bees?
Maybe.
Why?
But in all seriousness,
Yeah.
Mostaque argues that AI's ability to generate abundance, goods, services, even knowledge, could fundamentally change the way we think about value and exchange.
So, if robots are building houses for a fraction of the cost,
Exactly.
and AI is designing everything from cars to couture,
Right.
what happens to our current economic system,
Right.
which is built on scarcity?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, I have to admit, a world without money sounds a little too Star Trek for me,
Right.
but I'm trying to wrap my head around this. If it's not about money anymore,
Yeah.
what motivates people?
Yeah.
What drives innovation?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
Or should I say, the million non-existent dollar question.
Okay.
Mostaque believes AI could usher in an era of abundance,
Okay.
where basic needs are met through AI-powered efficiency.
Okay.
Imagine a world where your AI assistant designs and 3D prints a custom-designed home for the cost of materials,
Okay.
practically eliminating the need for mortgages and real estate agents.
Okay. That's a pretty mind-blowing vision.
It is.
But it also feels like a recipe for chaos.
Right.
I mean, without some kind of system, wouldn't we just end up with a free-for-all?
Right.
Where the people who are already ahead just get further ahead?
That's the danger Mostaque is warning us about.
Okay.
He says that if we're not careful, this technology could create a world of haves and have-nots on a scale we've never seen before.
Right.
It's why he's so passionate about democratizing AI,
Okay.
about making sure these tools are accessible to everyone, not just a select few.
Okay, so how do we actually do that?
Right.
How do we make sure everyone has a seat at the AI table?
Right.
That's where Shelling Point comes in.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mostaque founded Shelling Point with the goal of building open and accessible AI infrastructure.
Okay.
He sees this as essential for a future where AI benefits all of humanity,
Right.
not just a privileged few.
Open and accessible.
Yes.
So not just another tech giant hoarding all the data and power.
The complete opposite, actually.
I
Think of
think-
it like this.
Here-
Instead of AI being this closely guarded secret,
Right.
it becomes more like an open source operating system that anyone can build on.
Okay.
He's especially passionate about using this approach in fields like healthcare,
Right.
education,
Yeah.
in scientific research areas where AI could have a profound impact on improving lives.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where doctors in remote villages have access to the same AI-powered diagnostic tools as the best hospitals in the world.
Exactly.
Or where every student, regardless of their background,
Right?
has a personalized AI tutor that helps them reach their full potential.
That's the vision.
Wow.
And a key part of making that vision a reality,
Okay.
according to Mostaque,
Yeah.
is building diverse data sets.
Okay.
He argues that if we want AI to serve all of humanity,
Right.
it needs to be trained on data that reflects the full spectrum of human experiences and perspectives.
So it's not just about having more data, it's about having better data, right? Data that represents the real world in all its messy glory.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that requires a global effort.
Right.
Mostaque believes governments, researchers, businesses, and individuals all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI. It's about coming together, having those tough conversations,
Right.
and making sure this technology is used for good.
Okay, so we've gone from robot butlers to the future of money to basically saving the world with AI.
Yeah.
It's a lot to process,
It is.
but I have to say I'm kind of cautiously optimistic.
I think that's the right approach.
Yeah.
We should be excited about the possibilities,
Right.
but we also need to be clear-eyed about the potential downsides.
Right.
It's up to all of us to steer this technology in the right direction.
It's like we're all holding the steering wheel now,
Yeah,
trying to navigate this uncharted territory.
it is.
So if you're a listener out there who's feeling a little overwhelmed by all of this,
Right.
the robots,
Yeah.
the AI, the
Yeah.
potential collapse of the global economy,
Mm-hmm.
what's the one thing you want them to take away from this deep dive?
Don't check out.
Okay.
This isn't just some futuristic fantasy. It's the world we're building right now.
Right.
And our voices matter.
Yeah.
Whether you're a tech whiz or just someone who's curious about the future,
Right.
engage with these ideas.
Okay.
Ask questions, demand transparency,
Mm-hmm.
and help shape a future where AI works for everyone.
I love that.
Yeah.
Engage, ask, shape.
Exactly.
It's not about being passive observers anymore. It's about actively participating in the creation of this new world.
Yeah.
Which actually makes me think about another point Mostaque made.
Oh, yeah.
He talked about the importance of focusing on uniquely human skills.
Right.
Things like creativity and critical thinking.
Yes.
But those aren't just job skills, are they?
That's true.
They're essential for being informed, engaged citizens in any era,
Right.
especially one as full of change and uncertainty as ours.
That's a really insightful connection.
Yeah.
And it speaks to a larger point. As we navigate this AI revolution,
Yeah.
we need to remember that technology is a tool.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to us to decide how we use that tool to shape the world we want to live in.
And that brings us back to Mostaque's provocative question. In a world of AI abundance,
Yeah.
what will you choose to create?
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, is a pretty great question to ask ourselves,
It is.
regardless of whether AI takes over the world or not.
Absolutely.
Right.
And on that note of empowered creation and thoughtful exploration.
It's almost like this whole AI revolution is pushing us to re-examine
Yeah.
what it even means to be human.
Right.
If intelligence is no longer our unique domain,
Right.
what becomes our defining characteristic?
It's a question philosophers have grappled with for centuries.
Yeah,
But AI brings a new urgency to the debate.
right.
And I think Mostaque would argue that our humanity isn't just about what we create,
Okay,
but how we create it.
okay.
Will we approach this new era with fear and scarcity,
Mm-hmm.
or with collaboration and a sense of shared purpose?
That's a powerful way to frame it.
Yeah.
Because if we're talking about shaping the future,
Right.
it's not just about the technology itself,
Right.
but the values we embed in that technology.
Right.
And those values
Yes.
ultimately
Yeah.
come from us.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a call to step up,
Yeah.
to be active participants in this unfolding story.
Okay.
It's about demanding ethical development,
Mm-hmm.
inclusive design,
Yeah.
and a future where AI empowers rather than overpowers humanity.
And that's what I find so inspiring about Mostaque's message.
Yeah.
Yes, the future is uncertain, maybe even a little scary,
Yeah.
but it's not something being dictated to us. We
Well-
have the power and the responsibility to shape it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's about asking ourselves, what kind of future do we want to create?
Yeah.
And what role will we each play in building it?
On that note, a future full of possibilities.
Yeah.
Challenging questions, and hopefully a whole lot of collaboration
Oh,
will
yeah.
wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI,
Yes.
humanoid robots, and the future that's being written as we speak.
As we speak, yeah.
Right.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
And if there's one thing I hope you take away from this conversation,
Yeah.
it's that the future isn't something to fear,
Mm-hmm.
but something to actively shape.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Here you go.
Until next time, keep those minds curious, those questions coming,
Yeah.
and dive deep into building the future you want to see.